Welcome back, Independence Mustang Wrestling fans. Alex Edgington coming at you here in Wells Fargo Arena. We're back here in the 2A Consolation round bracket. And I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, this is what this is all about. If we win right now, we win this round, you place. This is what you work so hard for, your round to get into. Up first for Independence, we're going to have 138 pounds, Drew Davis. Davis got here because yesterday he lost first round to Tanner Abbas from Clarion Goldfield Dallas. It's the second time they'd wrestled in 24 hours, and Abbas beat Drew Davis 8-5. Davis then moved into the backside of the bracket and took on Renshaw from, I believe, who was a 27-16 sophomore, and Davis pinned him in the second period. We're now moving in here. We're almost up to 138 pounds. Action's coming in hot. I was able to sit in here and watch the 1A wrestlers, semis, and third round consolation. And I'll tell you what, folks, the energy down here is just exciting. This is what we eat, breathe, and live for. This is some of the best stuff you're ever going to see, be able to participate in. Right now, we're just waiting for a mat to clear up. Drew Davis will be the next one called. I am currently unsure of his opponent as I do not have an updated bracket, but as soon as I know through Track Wrestling, I will make sure that you all know.
Next up on mat number 3, mat 3 at 138, Drew Davis, Independence, Austin Stout, Charles City.
He will have Austin Stout of Charles City.
Right now at 138.
Is who we will be wrestling. On mat 3, I do believe. So at 138 pounds, we will have Drew Davis versus Austin Stout of Drew Davis of Independence versus Austin Stout of Charles City. Also later on in this consolation bracket, we will have Jake Jewell of Independence at 160 pounds. We'll have Elliot Ryan at 182. And we will have Matt McMillan at 195. You may have noticed I left out Nicholas Holt's name, and that's because Nicholas won today in the quarterfinals and made it to the semifinals. And he will be wrestling again tonight. And Nicholas has already put himself into the podium. Worst place he can get is 6th. All right, now all we're working to do is improve. Big match for Nicholas tonight. It's got to be super exciting. Senior getting down here, getting after it, staying aggressive. Now we're ready to roll. First period. Whistle blows, we're on our feet. Stout and Davis tie up right off the bat. Davis with a half shot, Stout in with an over-under. Looking to put Stout down. Or Davis down. Davis got his head stuck underneath Stout's chest. Stout trying to circle. Davis hanging on to an arm. Gets into a leg, still circling. Now we're back trying to tripod up right here on the edge of the mat. Davis kind of needs to see where he's at and gives up a takedown. Now Stout looking for a cradle. Davis flattens himself out. Right now we got like the old ball and chain from Stout going on to Davis. Davis looking for hand control, trying to get his base up, trying to get his base underneath him so he can work up. Davis right here on the edge of the mat. Doesn't look like we've tried to do much. Stout needs to return him. Davis with a quick switch, but hits it out of bounds, and we move on. We come back to the center of the mat, starting fresh. 58 seconds left here in the first period. Davis instantly up to a tripod. Stout throws in a leg. Davis goes back down, looking to try and sneak that leg out, getting some wrist control on the far side. Trying to tripoding up. Stout gets his leg in. Riding Davis real tough right now. Davis needs to get his base under him, get that leg out, get some wrist control. Stout wearing the green band. Davis wearing the red. Stout tries to roll through, and Davis rolls right with him. No back points there. Davis looking for a reversal. And we're back to the referee's position. Davis all stretched out now, laying flat on his stomach on the mat. Stout's got a leg locked up. Davis slips it, kind of worms his way out and slips it. Now up to his base, looking to tripod up, trying to find a place. Heavy pressure from Stout. Davis looking for one. His time runs out, doesn't get it. Ends the first period. Stout ahead 2-0 over Drew Davis. Davis picks down. Start the second period. off the whistle. Davis looking to tripod up. We just seem to be watching the same thing happen over and over and over.
Wrestling on mat number 2 at 152, Ryan Norman, New Hampton, Nick Johnson, Assumption Davenport.
Stout still riding really heavy on top, trying to tripod up, trying to do something, gets out on wrist control. Davis really needs to get his base out and then get that hand control. Stout's just putting a lot of pressure up there on the shoulders. Trying to work an arm back. He's got an arm bar, but Davis comes up, stands up. We get a potentially dangerous call. Can't have the bar arm when you come to your feet. And we'll go back to referee's position. Minute 17 left here in the second period. Drew Davis looking for an escape. Down by 2 right now to Austin Stout of Charles City. Davis looking to stand up. Stout trying to slide a leg in. With a switch now, trying to stand up, switching, pushing back into him. Stout's got really good hips, stick with him the whole way. Davis now trying to look for that leg, can't free an arm. And we're back to our normal base. Stout's just riding really heavy, really heavy. Davis now up to his feet, looking for wrist control, but they're on the edge of the mat, and Stout's going to drag him out. Stout drags him out, but we get a stall call against Stout. Didn't try to return Davis to the mat, so Stout, wearing the green band, has a stall call. And we're back to the referee's position with 41 seconds to go. And instantly, we're back to our feet. Davis looking to work something. Stout trips him down, trying to work in a leg. Davis gets in a tight ball, looking to loosen up that grip. Stout ends up getting him flattened out here in the middle of the mat, looking to do something. 17 seconds left in the second period. Drew Davis needing to get his hips free, needs to get a little bit of room between him and Stout. Stout just clinging to him like a leech.
Up on mat number 1 at 152, Trey Van Wielden, Washington, Wes Cummings, BCN Monroe. Van Wielden, Washington, Cummings.
A couple seconds left here. Davis gets up to his feet, but unable to escape with no time left on the clock. Score is now 2-0, and Stout will pick the down position starting the third period. Davis to cover. Ref blows the whistle, and we're off. Third period. Davis needs a big third period. We're down 2-0 right now. You win, you go. You win, you're on the podium. You lose, you go home. That's what this round's all about down here right now. Davis trying to get a little crab ride in there. Real heavy. Stout putting some pressure back. Davis trying a little spiral ride now. Sitting out to the side, trying to flatten him out. Finally gets Stout down onto his stomach, flattens him out. Stout's base comes back right underneath him.
Up on mat number 4 at 152, Caleb Kelso.
We're back to the spiral ride. Looking to do something, drop down to an ankle, got a crossface in. Right on the edge of the mat. Stout finally gets flattened out here. Davis working a wrist back. See if he can get it. We got about a minute and 2 seconds left here in the third period. Davis looking for some kind of points, any kind of points right now. Down 2-0. Stout got that takedown in the first period. Davis with 53 seconds left here in the third period will pick the neutral position. So they start on their feet, which gives Stout 1 point. Now scores 3-0 here in the third with 49 seconds left. Stout in on a shot right off the bat. Davis with an underhook, trying to get around. Davis just hanging on to his arm in the underhook, not letting him move. Tries the old softball shuck by. Now we're into a whizzer. They turn and face each other. Nobody wants to be in the whizzer between these two. Davis in on a shot. Stout in on a reshot. Davis tries to throw. Slips behind, gets a takedown with 17 seconds left. And is riding him tough. Looked like he wanted to let him go, but he couldn't. Now we're getting after it. Davis back trying to get a shot in on him. Can't, no stall call. Time runs out, and Stout will be placing. Stout beats Davis 4-2. Just couldn't get his offense going in the first period. Stout got in on a great shot, finished, took him down. That'll be a heartbreaker. Left it all out there on the mat. It was go, 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 motor, motor, motor. Sometimes things just don't work out. Now we'll be waiting for the Jake Jewell at 160 pounds. We've got, looks like 3 of the 152-pound weights out there wrestling right now. So one more match and then we'll be on to the 160-pound weight class. And Jake Jewell will be he will be the third 160-pound consolation match called out. And his opponent will be Jondal. Jondal is a freshman with a record of 36-11. And you know, folks, big thing in the previous round here in the quarterfinals, Tristan Johnson of Osage, the number 1 ranked kid, ended up getting pinned by Leith of Creston Orient's Maxburg. So if Jake Jewell wins this match and Tristan wins, they will be facing each other later on tonight in a rematch from the Osage Duels about a month ago. In the quarterfinals, Jake Jewell number 3 ranked Jake Jewell took on the number 2 ranked Zach Johnston of ADM or Adele, a 47-3 senior, and lost 6-4. And we have moved on to the 160-pound class, so it'll be very soon here. We will have Jake Jewell stepping onto the mat to wrestle. And after Jake Jewell, we'll move on to Elliot Ryan at 182. We'll have Matt McMillan tonight at 195. And tonight's session will start at 8:45. And it'll be brought to you by Jason Lang right down here. He will end up getting back down here and taking over the broadcast duties. But while we're here in this little bit of a gap, I'd like to thank Adams Family Furniture, Bachman Tool and Die, Bank, Iowa, Bill's Pizza and Smokehouse, Eschen's Tarpey, Napa, Kegel and Aaron, Mary's Flower Patch and Gifts, Medical Associates of Independence, Ole Iowa Realty Real Estate and Insurance, Security State Bank, Smith D&L Insurance, and Wapsie Valley Creamery for your sponsorship of the Independence Mustang Wrestling Team. I know it's greatly appreciated by the fans and the team and everybody down here. So huge shout out to all the sponsors for the Independence Mustang Wrestling Team.
Bond and Johnson, you're up on mat 6 at 160. 170-pounders, you're next.
Looking to see here down at Wells Fargo if Jake Jewell's been called to the mat yet. Looks to be on mat. Hang on. The scoreboard says he's on there, but Track Wrestling's not showing him. I haven't seen it out here at all. I'll keep looking. Jake Jewell will be down here on mat number 5. I was correct. Jake Jewell with a takedown right off the bat as we move in, and he's riding heavy here in the first period. He's wrestling Kyler Jondal, a freshman from Southeast Valley. Jake's got a leg in now, and he's looking for a half Nelson, trying to just torque him over slow. Gets out to the side, runs it, just baby stepping around the head. Looking for some back points there. The ref's counting. Ref's counting. Kid bridges up really hard, and Jake ends up having to shift his hips. Now the kid ends up with a standing up, looking for a takedown on the edge. Jake throws in a nice whizzer. Ref not giving indication on points there. It looks like he gave one escape to Green there with 10 seconds here to go in the first period. Jake Jewell threw in a wonderful whizzer just to keep so the kid only had one escape here. 9 seconds left to go in the first period. Kyler Jondal, the one with the escape. Jake Jewell looking for a shot here right with time running out on the clock in the first period. And that'll be all she wrote for the first period. Jake in the second period chooses the down position. Ref blows the whistle, and instantly Jake tripods up, then drops down to a hip, hits a switch, and then Mr. Kyler Jondal backs off, and we get one escape for Jake. We're on our feet with 1:49 to go. Jake looking for a shot, circling into the middle. Heavy hands, drops in on a double leg, drives across, slips up to an underhook, then to a duck under, and pulls him back right on the edge of the mat for 2 points for a takedown for Jake Jewell. Score now 8-1 with 1:25 left to go in the second period.
Up on net number 1 at 182, Cole Bennett, ADM, Sam Mathis, Roland Story. Bennett, ADM, Mathis, Roland Story, up on net number 1 at 182.
And folks, we're moving into the 182-pound bracket. Elliot Ryan will be up here rather soon. Very, very soon, actually. And I will be keeping you up to date as soon as he steps onto the mat. Jake Jewell's riding really heavy. About a minute left to go here in the second period. 8-1 the score. We're instantly up to our feet off the whistle. Then Jake looking for a crab ride, tries into a half Nelson. We hip heist out. Now we're in a front headlock position for Kyler Jondal right on the edge of the mat. He gets the one escape. 8-2 with 44 seconds left to go in the second period. Whistle blows and we get rolling. Jake's running really heavy hands, just jerking. Snaps him down to a front headlock. Then we move into a whizzer, and Jake backs out. Now we're back to heavy hands, pushing right on the edge of the mat, circling. Jake tries to hit a fireman's, ends up in a duck under, down into an ankle. Got to be careful right here on the edge of the mat. Kyler Jondal trying to step around and flatten Jake out. Jake hanging onto that leg. Kyler Jondal is locked up a cradle. Jake trying to grab a leg to keep himself from going anywhere. No points have been awarded yet. Right on the edge of the mat. 1 second left. No points awarded, folks. That was close. Could have gone either way, and then we had the cradle and a scramble right there on the edge of the mat. 1 second left. Score 8-2. We're still on our feet. And we go into the third period, and it'll be Kyler Jondal's choice. Looks to me like the Southeast Valley coach wants to talk about why he wasn't awarded a takedown. And the ref says, because I decided not to. We move on, and Kyler Jondal chooses a feet. Here in the third period start. Minute 40 here to go in the third and final period. Jake gets in on a deep single. He's got his head buried though underneath. Needs to pop it to the outside. Right now he's all stretched out, sitting on his knees. Needs to suck that leg in and pop his head to the outside. Ref calls stalemate. Minute 23 here to go in the third period. Shot right off the whistle for Kyler Jondal. Jake fights off, throws in a whizzer around the edge of the mat, needs to see where he's at, try and get out of bounds. Minute 10 to go. No takedown, they get off the edge. We'll be back on our feet starting the third period. And Elliot Ryan has just started. They're on their feet. Minute 45 to go in the match, and he's wrestled Daniel Summerlot from Pocahontas area, senior, 47-1 on the season. Jake Jewell has just gotten a stall call against him with 56 seconds to go in the third period. We're in a front headlock. Elliot Ryan's just hand fighting, trying to pummel in underneath over here. Minute 32 to go in his match. Jake's got a front headlock, just kind of using it, trying to turn, going through some time. 40 seconds left to go. Try a little arm throw done by Kyler Jondal, and Jake still ends up out front. Elliot Ryan just gets taken down with a nifty little single leg, outside single to the ankle. Jake's got his leg intertwined, and they're off to the side of each other, one in whizzer. And there we end up slipping the whizzer, moving our body back, and Jake gets a takedown with 10 seconds left to go in the third period. Score of 10-2. Elliot Ryan's been flattened out here with about 50 seconds to go in the first period, trying to get his base under him. Jake Jewell wins the match, and he will end up winning 10-4 with giving up a reversal right there at the end. Jake will be wrestling, I believe, Tristan Johnson tonight of Osage, Iowa, in a rematch from their Osage duels. Elliot Ryan almost getting tilted, but he fights it off, down 2-0 with 27 seconds left to go in the first period. I believe the kid that Elliot is wrestling is the number 2 or 3 ranked kid at 182. I do believe. Elliot had a really tough match, first match yesterday. He was up 3-2 with about 25 seconds left. He got headlocked and pinned. State wrestling, folks. Anything can happen. That's why we come down here and wrestle the matches. First period ends. Score 2-0. Elliot Ryan is down. Chooses to defer. And Daniel Summerlot will choose to go down. Elliot will be looking for a cradle from dang near any position on the mat. Summerlot tripods up, gets to his base, reaches back for a leg. Elliot's got a crossface in on an arm. He's trying to run it tight. Gets his arm under the leg, looking for a cradle. Looks like he let the arm slip. Now Summerlot tries to stand up. Elliot can't quite hold him down, and there's one escape for Summerlot. And folks, the last Independence wrestler in this round will be Matt McMillan at 195 pounds. He'll be coming up here very shortly. We've moved on to the 195-pound weight class. We now have Elliot Ryan on his feet, down 3-0, looking for a shot, trying to hit an outside single right on the edge of the mat. Gets shucked down into a front headlock. Elliot's got a hold of the elbow. I don't know if he's looking at Kelly. But Summerlot seems to just be hanging on right now. Now he throws in a 3/4 Nelson. Looking to circle. Elliot's got both hands around the legs. Now trying to back out and stand up. Elliot is able to back out and stand up, and we're back on our feet, circling towards the center of the mat. A lot of hand fighting right now going on. Elliot trying to look for a takedown, trying to score some points. Down 3-0 right now. Shot on the edge of the mat. Elliot throws in the whizzer, and we move out of bounds. We'll be back to the middle on our feet with 21 seconds left to go in the second period. Score 3-0.
Reminder that tonight's wrestling will begin at 7:30 with Class 3A semifinals and third round consolations, followed at 8:45 with Class 2A semifinals.
Elliot looking for a move, trying to find something. Runs out of time here at the second period, and it'll be Elliot's choice, and he chooses top, it looks like. He'll be looking to cradle. He's down 3-0 going into the third period. Third period starts, and Summerlot gets up, stands up, and instantly turns into Elliot. We're looking like we're got to get our hips out to the side. Right now we're buried underneath. Summerlot trying to sneak out the back door. Elliot ends up getting thrown a leg in. Looks like he's trying to throw in a Nelson to get turned. Ends up having to break his grip. His hips get too far off. Summerlot gets a reversal for 2. Matt McMillan trotting out of the mat. going to be wrestling at 195 pounds. And his opponent will be from Mount Vernon, I do believe, and that is Jack Cochran. I was told that Mr. Cochran took third at the conference tournament, and Matt McMillan and Mr. Cochran did not wrestle each other. So this is the first time they've seen each other all season, even though they're in the same conference. Elliot Ryan now down 7-0 with 1:02 to go here in the third period. We're working a head lever, Summerlot working a head lever out to the side, wrist control, trying to bar something up now. Elliot's got to get his head off the mat and get his base up. And here goes Matt McMillan starting on his feet. Whistle blows, and they're looking to hand fight. Elliot Ryan's now getting a bar arm in against him. Matt McMillan in on a shot, trying to get the ankle. Cochran looks to be grabbing the ankle and trying to get in a scramble with Mr. McMillan. 29 seconds left in Elliot Ryan's match. Matt looking for a cradle, and then ends up getting his leg lifted and gives up a takedown right on the edge of the mat. Matt McMillan down 2-0. We'll be starting in the referee's position. Elliot Ryan, 23 seconds left, down 7-0. Getting broke down, flattened out on the mat. Matt McMillan stands up off the whistle, looking for an escape. He's got it, and they're back on their feet. Minute 21 to go in Matt McMillan's match in the first period. 7 seconds left. Elliot Ryan down 7-0, and that will be all she wrote. Elliot really went out and battled state tournaments, state duels, had some great matches. It was a lot of fun watching him. I've never seen somebody cradle quite like he does. That was some impressive wrestling there, folks. He'll move on. I mean, he'll move. His time here down state tournament is ended. And we now move on to Matt McMillan. 57 seconds left to go. Matt down 2-1 after giving up a takedown. Got in on a shot in a scramble situation. Ended up getting switched around and having his leg lifted. There's he is on a pass by. Got in on a single leg, looking to lift. Tripping, trying to trip right in the middle of the mat. Matt's got a lot of time in the world. Tries to take him down. Got him, broke him down, flattened him out. And that's a takedown for Matt McMillan. We're up 3-2 with 33 seconds left to go in the first period. McMillan looking to ride heavy. Lots of down pressure, trying to work an arm back, flatten him out. Cochran trying to get his base up. Matt looking for a bar arm, trying to slip his wrist in there. Looks like it's pinched in pretty tight, and he just can't quite fit it. Looking to work that 2-on-1 wrist control underneath. Cochran flattened out, not really getting his head off the mat. Matt looking to get something back, trying to find a pinning combination. 10 seconds left to go. 3-2 is the score. McMillan over Cochran in the first period. Looking for a crossface, trying to create motion, and that's the end of the first period. Whistle blows. Cochran wins the coin toss, chooses down. So we will have McMillan on top to start the second period. Sorry about that. McMillan with the red band, Cochran with the green. Whistle blows, and Matt looking to break him down. Riding out up front and tough. Cochran stands up. Matt looking to try and bring him back down to the mat. Does. Plants, base still up for Cochran. Matt trying to ride heavy. Got a crab ride going right now. 2 double underhooks. Breaks Cochran down, trying to flatten him out. He's sitting on a hip with an elbow out there, and Matt finally breaks him down, flattens him out, and he's looking to bring a wrist back. Trying to work something here. Cochran just laying out there. Matt, heavy hips, heavy down pressure. Using all the leverage he can get, trying to work a wrist back, trying to get something back so he can bar it up, looking for a crossface. He's trying to do anything. Getting out to the side, getting his hips up, doing some press, trying to move. We get a stall call on, I guess we have a stall call on Matt McMillan. Ref didn't think he was doing anything. Interesting. So with 1:14 to go in the second period, we'll get back to referee's position. Matt McMillan on top. Cochran chose to go down. You get a caution, false start on Matt. Matt has to cover instantly into that crab ride again. Then looks into a wrist, and Cochran gets broken down and flattened out. Matt riding tough. Cochran isn't really able to get his hips up at all. Matt looking to get a wrist back, and Cochran's just kind of laying. Now we're looking for a butcher. Arm just slips. Cochran got his hip shied to the side, and he was able slip out. And now looking for the bar arm. He's trying to work one wrist back. Looking for an underhook. Maybe he's going for a cheap tilt right now, trying to lock something up. There it is. Trying to get his hips close. Got to lift it. Ref gave a 1 count. Now we can't seem to quite get it, and we're back flat on our belly. Matt going for that cheap tilt. Got a 1 count. Couldn't quite get the 2. It was close. Close. Now he's just got to look to lock something up there. Try. He's got to try it again. Sorry, folks. It's been a long few days down here at the tournament. It's been an absolute blast. We got a stall call on green now. Stall call on green. Matt looking to load him up again on his hips, trying to find that tilt. And Cochran flattens himself back out again. 10 seconds to go here in the second period. Matt McMillan up 3-2. There's been a stall call on each person in the match here in the second period. Matt's got 1. Cochran's got 1. And we move into the third period as time runs out. It'll be Matt McMillan's choice, and he's going to choose down. He's ahead 3-2 here in going into the third period. 2 minutes left at 195 pounds. Matt moves into position. Cochran goes to cover. Ref blows the whistle, and we're off to start the second period or third period. Oh, false start now. False start on Cochran. We move on. Whistle blows. Matt tries to stand up right away. Trying to run that inside thigh underhook ride. And Matt stands up and he gets out and he's up 4-2 with a minute 45 here to go, and we're on our feet. We got a stall call against each kid here. Matt pushing forward, looking to tie up and get that. I'm sure he's looking for that shuck by again to that low ankle. Really seems to enjoy that takedown. Right here on the edge of the mat, they find out where they're at. And they go out of bounds. Minute 32 to go in the third. Matt up 4-2. Looking for a takedown. Looking for a takedown to seal the win here and put himself on a podium. This is what he's been wanting to do for 4 years. Ever since he made that decision to go out for wrestling instead of going out for basketball back in the 8th grade. Cochran in on a shot. Matt stuffs the head. He shot from a long ways away. Matt needs to circle. He's got an ankle and a crossface. Now if Matt could just circle around, get himself 2 here. Cochran tries to stand up. Matt rolling into the front headlock, getting real heavy, and they back out. Minute left here in the third period. Matt needs to show a little bit of, he's got that stall call. He needs to start circling, need to move forward a little bit. Maybe try and attempt 1 shot here. 53 seconds left in the third. Matt McMillan up 4-2. And he needs to get a shot off here. Needs to get that ref off. Offense is the best defense. There it is. Nice little slide by into the knee tap. Matt's got him flattened out. Now he just needs to circle. There's 2 for Matt McMillan. 6-2 with 42 seconds left to go in the third period at 195 pounds. Looking to put him on the podium here. If he wins this match, that seals it up. 31 seconds left. Matt riding heavy. Cochran kind of laying on the mat. Now works up to his base. We're right on the edge. Matt needs to understand where we're at and just move him out. Bump him out. Bump him out. He's got that underhook, trying to block a knee and ends up letting him go. It's now 6-3 with 20 seconds left. 18 seconds left as they go out of bounds. 6-3, Matt McMillan. Looking to hand fight, looking to just hold off. Trying to just hold up in the center. Don't give up a headlock. Drops his hips down. Drops his hips down low. We're right on the edge of the mat. 7 seconds left. Matt McMillan gets a takedown off the attempted headlock that failed, and he will win 8-3 with 5 seconds left. We go back to the center, but he's got this sealed up. And we start in the referee's position. 5 seconds, third period, 8-3. Matt pushes him off. 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left, 1 second left. And there's a win for Matt McMillan. Puts himself on the podium. That's something to be proud of. We've been down here 4 years in a row. Finally got what we deserve. Now to recap this round. At 138 pounds, Drew Davis ends up losing to Austin Stout of Charles City. And his time here at the tournament has come to an end. At 160 pounds, Jake Jewell wins by decision. And he will be putting himself on the podium. And later tonight, they'll be wrestling for his third consolation round. At 182 pounds is Elliot Ryan taking on Daniel Summerlot. Who hadn't been beat all year and was upset in the quarters. And Elliot Ryan ended up losing 7-0, and his time here at the state tournament has come to an end. And Matt McMillan, right there at the end here, wins 8-4 over Cochran of Oh, I don't even remember the name now. I'm so excited. And folks, just so you know, Independence now has 3 wrestlers still alive and on the podium. You have Drew Davis went 1-2 at the tournament, and his time is done. Jake Jewell is 2-1 at the moment, and into the tournament and onto the podium. He'll be wrestling for placement now, seeing where he ends up. Nick Holt will be wrestling tonight in the semifinals. I'm unsure of his opponent at the moment, but that is super good for Nick. And we move on. Elliot Ryan at 182 went 1-2 on the down here in the tournament and will be done. And we now move on to Matt McMillan at 195, and he is 2-1 at the tournament and has put himself on the podium and will again be wrestling tonight. So we have Jake Jewell, Nicholas Holt, and Matt McMillan wrestling tonight for Independence. The 2A session starts at 8:45. 3A is before 2A. Tonight will be semi-final matches and third-round consolation matches. So you have Nicholas Holt wrestling and in the semifinals at 170 pounds, and Jake Jewell and Matt McMillan wrestling their consolation third-round matches tonight at 160 pounds and 195 pounds, respectively. It's been an absolute blast coming down here and broadcasting for your Independence Mustang wrestling team. I've been very impressed all season by the wrestlers. They have nothing to hang their head about, nothing to be ashamed of. They went out and battled. Everybody was always stepping forward. It's definitely kids to be proud of, people back home. That is something to be proud of. This is Alex Edgington. I'll be signing out after I give a thanks to our sponsors one last time. To Adams Family Furniture, Bachman Tool and Die, Bank Iowa, Bill's Pizza and Smokehouse, Eschen Tarpey Napa, Keegler Aaron, Mary's Flower Patch and Gifts, Medical Associates of Independence, Old Iowa Realty Real Estate and Insurance, Security State Bank, Smith D&L Insurance, and Wapsie Valley Creamery. Again, thank you for the sponsorships for the Independence Mustang State Wrestling Team. It's greatly appreciated by everyone. And this is Alex Edgington signing off. Jason Lang will be taking over tonight running the broadcast for you, so you'll be able to hear him. And that's at 8:45 for the 2A session tonight. And again, Independence will have 3 wrestlers competing. Good afternoon, everyone, and enjoy the lovely weather.